Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Moses. Glad to have you back. Before we get started and talk about the pros and cons of the GoXLR and whether you should get it or not, I just want to say there is a red button located at the bottom of this screen. I don't know if you've seen it before. It says subscribe on it. Just click on that and there's a bell next to it. Press it. I tell you right now, this will change how your life will be from now on. I guarantee you. But thank you very much. Let's get started and let's go. Okay, cool. So this is the GoXLR Mini. There is a GoXLR, which is the bigger version of it. You may have seen a lot of YouTubers talk about it. A lot of people have given this a lot of praise and not enough criticism. And me, I'm a person that whenever I review a software, I always like to talk about the pros and cons of the device, of the software, of the program, what it does, what it doesn't do, why you should get it, why you shouldn't get it, what are the benefits of it, and how it can make your streaming or your gaming or just the whole experience better. And I speak from experience when I say this thing has changed the way I do anything. So whether it be on the computer or whether it be gaming on my PS4, whether it be listening to music, whatever it is, it has changed the way I do it. And even before that actually, when I first got this mic, I don't know if you remember my first video that I talked about, I said this mic was useless. This mic did not work. It didn't produce the sound I wanted to produce. It didn't do the necessary work I wanted to do. My friend here recommended this GoXLR Mini. I plugged it in and I even went as far as buying the Rodeo mic, because I thought that this mic was a dud, and although it was £30 and it was the newer NW700, and I thought it's not going to work, it's not going to do the job. But now connecting it to the GoXLR Mini, it's absolutely blown my mind in the sense of how a mic can be transformed just because of a different mixer that you get with it, and it just does the job. The first thing is you can control different parts of your sound. So for example, if I'm playing music on my computer, I can reroute it and it will play from a different speaker, or I can reroute it so that I can be watching a YouTube video with some background noise or whatever it is, using two different volume settings and so forth and so on. On here you will see mic, chat, music and system. So this kind of allows you to organize where your sound comes from. I've kind of put it on the meter so you can see that the levels are moving up. Normally you can have on gradient where it just stuck one color and showing the level of where the volume is. The reason why I have it on meter is so that it kind of gives me an indication of where sound is coming from. So right now when I look at it, I can see, okay, cool, it's coming from the mic, which is great because that's all that I want on. If I wanted to put music, for example, so the way I've done it, I've rerouted it in the sense of music will only be played on certain applications. So a VOC player, Spotify and so on and so on. Any music channel that I have will be rerouted to the music app to kind of give a better feel to it. So I'm not going to play too much of it. Let me find a nice friendly song to play online. Let me play this one, maybe, who knows. So let's see, where is it? It's not actually going to play through the, but as you can see when I'm playing it, it's coming through the system, which is really cool. I don't know if the recording will pick it up because it's obviously playing through the computer, and at the same time I'm using the mic. But the GoXLR Mini allows you to do those type of things without interrupting your sound, which is absolutely awesome. It is better for mics. As I said before, before I had it, I had a Phantom fuse box, the most useless Phantom fuse box I've ever had in my life. It did change because before before I knew about the mics and condenser mic, and it shouldn't be with a 3.5 millimeter jack and so forth and so on. And trust me, when this first came in, it came with that 3 millimeter jack, and I just didn't understand what it was for. I thought, yeah, okay, cool, I just plug and play, the computer will boost the signal to the mic to give it power. Absolutely rubbish. And then went back on Amazon, had to read the reviews, and then I had to be told yeah, you need a Phantom box, which was never stated, or maybe I didn't read it, I don't know. It also allows you to do a PS4 integration, so where you can again, you can play your music, so your music can come out of your from your computer, or it can even come from your from your computer, so you can play music in the background from your computer. If you have a dual screen, then obviously it works more to your benefit, where you have your PlayStation on one screen, and then obviously you have your computer on the other screen, where you can control your music, and then you can control the volume level from there up and down and so forth, while you're still gaming, chatting, whether you're streaming or whatever it is. It is absolutely a beast, and it does the job correct. This did take me a lot of tries before I got this right. I was criticized online. We have a work chat that we use Zoom to do a conference call, and I was criticized the head out of, because I didn't know how to set up the mic at the beginning, and I was obviously a novice at this level. I'm only used to computers and working with them rather than sound systems and trying to figure out how they work. I mean, I can make a sound system work, but to configure it to the sound that I wanted to wasn't in my level of skill, as you can tell. So let's get to the cons. Now, what hit me was when I was playing the PlayStation, I couldn't turn off my PC, because that's where the GoXLR was getting the power from. And someone said something as well when I was watching it on YouTube, was that you have to have the software open in order to kind of configure the mixer, which is correct. I mean, it is quite frustrating, because I have one monitor. I'm gonna get a second one, a small Raspberry Pi screen that I'll connect as a second screen, and just leave that there as a front display for the mixer, which would be really cool, and I'll show you that setup in the videos once I get the device come through. Yeah, you need to have the software open for it to work properly, or for you to then configure the levels and volumes and stuff like that, because on here you only have 4, but because this has different inputs and outputs and all of that stuff, you have more scalability, in the sense of you can have mic, chat, music, game, console, line, and system sample, but you can't control it all with the 4 unless you assign it. So one YouTuber was saying that it's good to get 2, so then you have 8 volumes, which makes sense, because then you can control multiple sounds in different places, which probably will be what I'll likely do going forward, is maybe get the bigger GoXLR Mini, which has a voice changer and all that stuff, or maybe I'll just get another GoXLR Mini, and then that will be kind of it, and then we'll just control all 8 on 2 GoXLR Minis, or get the bigger one, which would probably make more sense going forward. Not a lot of customization. So when I was trying to customize my voice, because it is the mini and it's not the regular one, it's not the big one, it doesn't allow you to really customize how your voice sound. And me, as I said, being a novice in the sound system, I went online and I was looking for different ways of changing my voice, because as I said, my friend Janister X, he was the one that got me to get the XLR Mini. And the reason why is because one day when we was doing the work conference, he sounded like a radio presenter and sexy, and I thought, well, you know, if he can sound like that, why can I not sound like that? And then I slowly realized that maybe his voice was meant to be for it, and maybe my voice isn't, but who knows. But here we are anyway, tracking on forward, pushing forward, because that's what we like to do. So that is all the pros and cons that I had. Should you buy it, shouldn't you buy it? Because as I said, you can connect it to maybe a power hub that has a USB, which is fine, but then you need to then plug your computer to the GoXLR as an input source, so that you can get music direct from your computer while powering it up through a USB hub, so that you can continue to game without having to leave your PC on if you're using a PlayStation or Xbox, so that you're not using 2 sources of power unnecessarily, if you know what I mean. But then the thing is, it kind of defeats the purpose, because in order for you to do the PlayStation setup, you do need the line in and line out to be available for you then to plug it into the PlayStation, and then you also need to get a optical cable. Anyway, we'll go in that in the next video, but that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey. See you in the next one. Salute.